Right. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Geovany Quenda to United transfer hint has been dropped from some source coming in through from Portugal. Smash like button, comment and share. And if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun for whatever is really happening to you onto this channel. Now, Geovany Quenda is a 17-year-old left attacking midfielder, and in that system of Ruben Amorim, when he was still at Sporting Lisbon, he used to play him as a right wing back. You understand? But when this other manager that came in through after sacking the one that replaced Ruben Amorim came in through, he changed the system to, I think 4-2-3-1. That's the system they are really playing as the side of Sporting Lisbon. And in their last game, they played on Friday, the 7th. Sporting Lisbon lined up in a 4-2-3-1. And Geovany Quenda was played as a left attacking midfielder. You know, and Trinca was played as a right attacking midfielder, and shockingly Gyökeres played off the bench and he came on and obviously had something to do for his team. What does that mean? There is a versatility, there is a sense of versatility in this lad known as Geovany Quenda, and that's why the manager is really interested in bringing him onto the club of Manchester United. So smash the like button close to 100 times and let's talk Geovany Quenda. Now, we're having a story coming in through from Record Portugal telling us that Man United officials were present at Sporting Lisbon's game against Porto on Friday to watch Geovany Quenda. Man United will also evaluate Quenda against Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday, and that is today, where they're really playing into the knockout phase of the Champions League. Now, United is really scouting this young man, Geovany Quenda. He is really very talented. He has a swift left foot and he's still young, but his performances are really very, very, very promising. When you look at his stats this season, 21 games played in the Liga Portugal, and he has 1 goal and 3 assists. Then in the Champions League, 8 games, 0 goals and 1 assist. Then in the Taka La Liga, 3 games, 0 goals, 1 assist. He has so far played 32 games into this season of 2024-2025, and we all note it that he's one of those players that is hugely wanted by very many clubs. And Ruben Amorim, being his former manager, is doing the job and giving him the audience or the grand stage or the giving him the opportunity to showcase what he can do in the game of football is one of those that United will back on obviously getting this player. But they are scouting him and they're like, let's see how good the player is, and he's one of those players that is on the list of Manchester United, Geovany Quenda. And during the January transfer window, reports were put up that Man United had agreed a deal of £50 million to obviously get in Geovany Quenda in the summer. Something that I believe was a little bit shaky information, because United hasn't even gotten to know where they're going to be getting some of the money, because they have a lot to do. And that's why I'm really skeptical about such statements that were really put out, because if United had gone ahead to agree a deal with Geovany Quenda, I know the top tier journalists Fabrizio Romano, David Austin, Sammy McBell, and those correspondents of Man United would have already gone ahead to break that story. Not so, but if they cannot break that story right now, that speaks volumes as to why this deal is not yet done and dusted. And if they had gone ahead to obviously agree anything with the player, why are they still scouting him? You know, why do you scout a player you've already gone ahead to agree a deal with in the club that in the summer we are obviously going to be paying such and such amount of bringing that player? because scouting is only done to those players that have not gone ahead to be signed. So I don't agree with the reports that came in from Portugal that United was in for Geovany Quenda. But United, if Geovany Quenda signs for the club of Manchester United, we will be having very, very many left-footed players into our team. And it looks like Ruben Amorim likes these left-footed players, because now we are having Amadi Diallo. There is Patrick Dogu. After Patrick Dogu, there comes the man himself, known as Luke Shaw. There is Diego Leon. You understand? There Rasmus Højlund, Lisandro Martinez, heaven sent. Now, in the attacking phase, that means you'll be having Patrick Dogu, Amadi Diallo, and Geovany Quenda. There is also Diego Leon, who is really coming in through. So, if he comes in through, in the attacking phase, we'll be having close to 4 left-footed players that can field well with the manager. So, that's what you're waiting to see. But scouting him in that game that Sporting Lisbon played against FC Porto, he really had a very, very, very beautiful display as a player into that beautiful game of football. And it ended 1-1, and he really looked good. And what shows that he looked good, he played 90 minutes. And this manager is really trusting in him. And he has gotten them back to the winning ways. And they are still on top of the table with 51 points. And they are behind Benfica with 4 points. So, United is still eye-sighting at Geovany Quenda. He's not an injury-prone player, that is it. And he resonates exactly with the plan that Ineos came up with of really going in through for the next young players that are really amazing. And coming through at Manchester United, in its struggling mode, will be one of those big question marks, all big question marks, that will be posed to Geovany Quenda to obviously come and really give us the right answer about whether he won't really flop. Because at 17, if you come in through for 50 million pounds, because his about clause is it 60 million euros, 70 million euros, one of those, it shows you that all eyes will be onto you. And I tell you, when you look at Anthony and how he's really figuring out a Real Betis, he's like playing very well. He scored his first goal, I think, over the weekend, and even in the debut, he really looked good. So, that is because he is off the pressure. He's relieved of the pressure that you get when you're playing for the club of Manchester United. When you're playing for the club of Manchester United, huge pressure is amassed onto you, and you have to come up and obviously tell us exactly what your thoughts are in as far as your mental strength is. Because United, you might be talented, but your mental strength is on target, as United has the most number of fans all over the world. We are the most followed team in the world, and we make news, and every player that comes in through is really put out to the world, and the world be like, Geovany Quenda, we want to see what you bring on the table. And that's why I believe that this preseason is really going to be very important for the club of Manchester United, because the manager has to get in these players early enough. Let's do the preseason. After doing the preseason, let's get this team in shape to prepare for the Premier League season of 2025-2026. Because for me, this season is totally and totally written off. Whatever we win will be a plus. But I don't really think that we are at that level of winning anything, because we are one of the worst looking teams in the world. Let's fight and at least finish into the top 10 and maybe win a UEFA Europa League to see to it that we obviously get in the Champions League. Because when you win the Champions League, there are very many benefits. One, it's easy to attract players. Secondly, the sponsorship money coming in from Adidas and Snapdragon won't really decrease, because if we don't play in the Champions League, it will be the second season in a row not playing in the Champions League, of which that means United won't be getting a lot of money in there. So your reactions to Geovany Quenda to United transfer hint are welcome in the comment section below. And would you want him to come and really join the big club that is almost on its knees now? I'm out. See you later. Continue to subscribe. Rokan David remains my name. Bye-bye.